My name is Zach Alzini. I'm a PSO Senior Technical Analyst in our PSO department.
My name is Francis Liddig. I work in cloud services as an analyst.
My name is Jarrett Melnick. I'm a senior analyst for PSO Gov.
My name is Nishita Desai, and I'm a PSO analyst in the Technical Services Department.
My name is Zachary Butler. I'm a PSO analyst. I mostly focus on MATM projects, which is our transportation management.
My name is Davin Todd. I'm a cloud operations engineer. I'm on the government team.
My daily routine usually involves answering any tickets that come through. Usually these will be varied from like application defects or stuff that users report. I spend most of my day working on these with a few meetings sprinkled in.
Mostly day in, day out, we're just in AWS, in the cloud, making sure our instances are up and running and just supporting those instances during various go-lives or disaster recovery response efforts.
I work on server maintenance. I look at things like high disk usage, high CPU, and high memory. But I also deploy software fix packs and upgrades.
So most of the time, my daily routine starts off with an internal or client call where we kind of get together and discuss what issues or code that I'll be working on for the day. And once we've gotten that figured out, the rest of my day usually involves making code fixes or working on code changes and interacting with the client to make sure everything's running smoothly on the technical side.
And we go along in the day triaging issues, troubleshooting. We work through extensions that have been delivered. We make sure they look good for our clients.
For me, it's a lot of issue triaging, working directly with the consultants, working with the clients, and then just resolving any issues that we have, either myself or creating and getting the technical details to give to our India teams to create the solutions and resolve all of our problems.
I'd say my favorite part is being able to work with people from different career backgrounds, different types of knowledge that they have.
Getting to learn a variety of new technologies that I get to use. Stuff like AWS has been really big and interesting. I've just never been done any development in like a cloud platform before, so it was very new to me when I started.
Everything I do is very boots on the ground, one-to-one, very real. All the work I do helps support real efforts. All the hurricanes that sweep through, all the tornadoes you may see in the Midwest, all the help that I do directly supports that, and that helps really gives me a lot of motivation throughout the day.
Getting to see the different customers and their businesses and how their businesses operate. It's not every day that you get to see the kind of wheels and gears that turn behind the scenes of what drives those commerce interactions.
Every day it feels different just because of the wide array of technology and issues and clients that I support. Every single day brings on a new challenge or a new kind of issue or a new kind of change. So it's never the exact same kind of boring, repetitive work. It's always something exciting.
I use a lot of Linux commands when I log into the servers. And then I also use SQL pretty much every day.
Daily, I work in a lot of Java. AWS, like I said before, supports a lot of the cloud. I do a lot of Linux and shell scripting as well as a little bit of web development, so TypeScript, Angular, and things like that.
Postman, which is API calls, gets and posts to put into the application, whether it's entities, transactional items. That's one of the very big things I use every single day.
One of the tools that I learned that I use pretty much day in, day out is Postman, which is an API developer aid, and it's kind of how we interface with our application.
Everything is a new day, it's a new issue, it's a new change, especially being able to work on, my web applications and all that hands-on, being able to expand on my coding knowledge, being able to understand, how cloud native deployments work now that Manhattan is moving to, active products. All that has helped me really get challenged in the technical work that I do and be able to learn. But it's the most rewarding when you're actually able to master those skills and keep learning and moving on with that.
I would say definitely a lot of challenges, and it's very nice to have, honestly. It can be pretty fast-paced, and so it just keeps every day interesting, and being able to work with different clients gives you whole different issues to work through and people to work with.
I'm constantly being exposed to new technologies and new ways of doing things, and I'm encouraged to take Udemy courses on things I don't understand. I've learned a lot working here, and I genuinely enjoy working in Manhattan.
Sometimes you can be very client facing and sometimes you're not always. I've had exposure to both, where sometimes the client directly talks to me when there's any kind of technical work needing to be done or if there's kind of big software issue. It's really nice being able to be the one that's doing that hands-on work.
I'll sit in on meetings with the customer, but mostly my role in that is answering technical questions or providing updates on things I might be working on for them.
I would say I'm pretty client facing. It depends from project to project, but for the most part, if the teams are set up correctly, I'll work with them directly through email or even directly in calls. Sometimes they'll even fly out some of the technical folks to work on site, just depending on the needs of the client.
For the first year of my job, I was working from home basically every single day. And then earlier this year, we had the PSO kickoff where I actually got to meet and interact with basically the entire PSO department. And that kind of made me really appreciate, the fact that we're all in this together. We all enjoy, working on what we do, and you got to have all that common knowledge and common, interaction with everybody.
It's a great company, great work environment. I think it's one of the top-rated workplaces in Atlanta. All in all, like a great first job out of college.
Everyone here is super helpful, super intelligent. I would say I learned a lot more in my year of working here than I did in college.
Yeah, I think the culture here is really good. I mean, it's one of the things that we pride ourselves in is the people who work here. It's, whenever your back's in a corner, you can just reach out at any point, any moment, and they'll usually drop pretty much everything to help you get through what you're working on. Because at the end of the day, we're all kind of, as cheesy as it sounds, all in it together, but that is really the mindset that comes with each team.